and welcome to another episode of Cook on Sunday. Yes, we're back after our enforced Christmas break where we were all gluttons and absolutely devoured lots of delicious food over the festive period, and we're all absolutely ready now to ditch that off. And this show is going to be about detoxing and healthy stuff, wholesome foods for you in January to get you back on the right track and feeling probably better about yourself and get that belt button back down one notch during the period of January. So joining me as always to do this show are my fellow cohorts, Barstewards. We are to a T, certainly by nature and by name. Joining me is Chris, John Leng and Nick Davis. Good evening, chaps.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hopefully this will be a great show because I know that John's got a decent idea. I haven't spoke to Nick regarding any recipes that he might have, so I'm excited to see what he's going to say. And Chris, you never know, I might throw me a curveball at some point during this show.
Unlikely, but you never know, as you say.
That I'm going to chip in with at least one that the producer does for me during this month. Honestly, it's a treat. I enjoy after feeding myself fat over the Christmas period. So first things first then. John, coming to you first of all.
Hello.
Yeah, obviously you've probably dined well over Christmas. You've had all your cheeses and your niceties.
And despite all that, my belt has remained on the same notch.
That's a good effort.
Whether that's anything to do with it being an elasticated belt or not, I don't know. But anyway, it's on the same notch.
Cracking stuff. So coming to you, first of all, after these really gluttonous weeks,
Yes.
what's your go-to to start feeling better?
I think you need really light stuff that's light on the guts and light on the digestive system and isn't asking too many questions of yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want anything that is asking your body to process a lot of different components and things. You want something that's going to restore your sense of well-being, shall we say.
What things that you like to cook yourself best, the go-to January dishes that you like?
I tend to look for something really light, but I don't like light and lacking flavour. I have to have a bit of spice hit or a bit of just deep down flavour in my food. I can't do with just steamed fish or something like that. I need something that's going to give me a bit of boat as well. I have a particularly nice broth that I make myself, especially when I'm coming off a fortnight of rich food and eating goose and chicken skin for breakfast and things. It's a bit of an ask one week after another.
Yeah.
I do make a particularly nice broth.
I'm intrigued by this. I do love a good broth or a soup.
This is really light but absolutely packed with flavour. What you need is a carton of bone broth, which is readily available. Chicken is ideal. Or, if you want to be truly authentic, you can get yourself some Ajinomoto Hondashi, which has a slightly more seafoody type taste to it than the chicken bone broth. Either are equally delicious. And if you wanted to mix it up, make one with the chicken broth and one with the dashi,
yeah,
and see which one you like the best. I tend to favour the bone broth one, but
yeah.
they're both absolutely delicious.
But like your pescatarians may go for the Jap one.
Yeah, you bring that to the boil, and it's just a matter of adding stuff to it. You would add a good glug of fish sauce, the Thai stuff. Take a lime and zest it, and then put the juice in as well. You take a couple of strands of lemongrass and chop it. Depending on the heat, a couple of chilies. If they're the small, hot ones, you get away with 3 chopped really fine. Then you want a slack handful of mushrooms. Ideally, I use chestnut ones. Quarter them, pop them in. You don't have to fry them first or anything. Then I'd say you want probably 200 to 300 grams of king prawns. Plop them in near the end of the cooking, because once your mushrooms are cooked, really, your king prawns want about a minute.
Yeah.
Then finally chop some spring onions. You're almost good to go. Rip up a bloody big handful of coriander, stir that in, and then plop it into bowls, and you're in heaven.
Fantastic. You've always told me in past that You're not massively into big spice, really hot spice.
No, it's just a warming backache. But you can regulate that to whatever your own tastes are.
Yeah.
If you chucked in coconut milk, that would virtually be Thai, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty Thai anyway, but yeah, you can go with the coconut milk to thicken it up a bit, whatever you want. It's a good starting point, really. And if you want it to remain a beacon of purity, you have it as it is, but there's all sorts of shit you can add to it. You can put Tom Yum paste in it if you want.
Tom Yum paste. Where do you get that from, John? Tom Yum paste?
The cream of some young guy, isn't it?
Any Asian food star will have that.
Yeah. Tom Yum sauce. There you go. Sounds fab. I do love a homemade soup. The producer does some bangers when she makes me a soup, and she does use the bone broth, John. So
It's beautiful, isn't it?
we'll snap on that. And like you said, there's lots of things you can. It's just your imagination, really. It's what you like.
Whatever tickles your fancy. If you don't fancy the king prawns, chop some squid up or something.
Yeah, whatever. It's just your imagination, and it's a veg you like. If you like some real spicy stuff, then put some hot sauce in. Really give it a kick. Obviously, with the weather, some people might want a lot of kick to their broth and everything else. So yeah, I love it, John. It's something that Jess does well for me also. Nick, coming to you then, right? So John's mentioned a fabulous broth there. It's an ideal detox, get some goodness in you. Where do you start, Nick?
I really think it's the wrong time of year to get healthy. I mean, I do like tasting mine. If I want healthy, I tend to do some smoothies as well. Banana and kiwi is my go-to smoothie.
Yeah.
What I've got a smoked haddock pilaf dish.
Okay.
We might have called it a kedgeree years ago, but they call it a pilaf now. You just get a big knob of butter in a pan, tap in some garam masala and some cumin and some chopped up chilies and let the butter fizz and melt down. And then you put in a cup, which serves two, of basmati rice and coat it all with chili and the garam masala and cumin. And then you put the same cup, the measured out water in, and just stir it around and bring it to a simmer. If you get a smoked haddock, you want the skin off the back and just lay it. It's just on or underneath the surface. And while it's simmering, just put a lid on and sling it in the oven for about 15 minutes time. If you want to add an egg, hard boil an egg, leave that on the side and get some spring onions. Once all the water is disintegrated, you put a towel in between the lid and the saucepan and just let it steam for about 15 minutes. And then afterwards, put the egg in, or if you don't want the egg, you don't have to, and the spring onions, and just stir it around and break all the fish up. And that's a lovely, tasty dish. It's got plenty of flavour, and it's not that unhealthy. And that's one of my January dishes.
Nick, just to clarify there, when would you take it out of the oven?
Virtually all the water's gone.
Right.
It's only about 15 minutes because you're only using a cup of water. And then you just take it out, put it on the top, take the lid off, put a tea towel on, put the lid back on, and just let it steam for another 15 minutes to get it dry up.
What's the smoked haddock taste like?
They had it that's been smoked.
It's got a lovely distinctive flavour.
Have any of you had finny before?
No, what's that?
Yeah.
A yellow in colour.
It's like a smoked haddock.
Oh, so smoked haddock tastes like finny?
It's pretty much a colloquial term for smoked haddock.
Oh, right. So, yeah, well...
So you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like finny.
Yeah, stick a bay leaf in as well. It's got a nice Indian flavour as well. It's just a nice little spicy dish, and you've got the calming of the smoked haddock and the rice and a little bit of spice in it as well. It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
I think the smoked haddock just rounds the spice off, actually.
Yeah.
I love kedgeree.
Well, we call it kedgeree. They call it pilaf now, don't they? It's...
You've got me tempted with this one because it's been a long time since I had a bit of...
Oh, you'll love it, mate. You will love it.
I kind of like the sound of this. Might have to get the producer to knock one up for one of these. Sounds a nice dish, that, Nick. Because we did your potatoes, didn't we, on the Christmas show?
Yeah. I saw the video on Instagram, yeah. I'd have cut them a little bit smaller.
Powder or paste, Nick, for your masala?
Just use ordinary powder, garam masala powder. Just stir it in the butter and use normal chilies, not chili powder.
Right. So normal chilies.
Garam masala and cumin.
And cumin, right. Okay. That sounds a great dish. Cause not that I'd have it every month or like that, but I do like smoked fish. Like I said, finny for years because my granddad gave me that when I was...
Would you put a cardamom pod or two Nick?
Yeah, you can do if you want.
Yeah.
I'll do another dish, definitely are potatoes, but you put smoked mackerel in as well.
Oh, nice.
It keeps it healthy-ish without being boring.
Yeah.
I can't stand bland things.
No, for once, I thought I'd come to the party. It's not really my recipe, it is the producer's. At this time of year, I love a stir fry.
Mhm.
This is what just, again, you can, whatever vegetables you want, you can add bits that, if you like spring onions, you put spring onions in, you can do whatever you want. Jess makes the sauce herself. For the stir fry, this is what Jess does for me. So it's spring onions, bean sprouts, fresh noodles. You can have a protein of choice. If you're vegetarian, obviously you won't. I do like chicken in mine. Vegetable oil, a dark soy sauce, 3 tablespoons, a pinch of sugar, a pinch of salt, a pinch of white pepper, and 200 mils of water. I've watched her do this. It's very simple to do. Chop the spring onions, including any other green bits you want.
Yeah.
Make sure the wok's very hot. Add the oil and the protein. Get the protein cooking. Spring onions and bean sprouts, and fry until you feel it's cooked. And you kind of know when it's cooked when the meat been brown on the outside. And then add fresh noodles to the wok and cook for a further 2 or 3 minutes. Add the sauce and then toss it about. And that for me is, I love the taste of that. You know, it's not many sort of calories. I say it's all homemade, or most of it, and it's the feel good factor. Jess has also got hidden vegetable pasta sauce, as she calls it. And this is her own pasta sauce, where some people might prefer to buy it, but I think it's nice when you do it naturally yourself. And this consists of tomatoes, red onion, garlic cloves, and peppers. Put them on a baking tray and drizzle with oil. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes, then leave to cool. Then the tomatoes and garlic, put that out of the skin, pop into a blender with other vegetables, 400 grams of passata, half a stock cube, which can be chicken or vegetable, and then blitz it until smooth and season to taste. So whatever season you like in your pasta sauce, oregano, salt, pepper, hot sauce, whatever you want, again, to taste. This sauce can be stored in a fridge for 3 days, or it can be frozen to use at a later date. This is really, really good. And again, you can use this with any fresh pasta. You've got dishes there that are wholesome, healthy, homemade, and taste the bollocks a lot better than, in my opinion, the ones that are bought. So, some ideas for you all there, guys.
What did we all used to do in the 70s before any spice was around? It's amazing to think, isn't it? I mean, I don't think there was any healthy eating at all.
Now, liver and onions.
You got a vegetable broth, or you got the liver and onions, like they said, because of the iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people love liver and onions, right? And I've come across lots of people that it's like, oh yeah, give me that every time. I'm not one of them. I really don't like liver. When you grew up back then, you had to have what the meat was. So if they got liver in from the butchers, you had to eat liver, also you got nothing.
I like lamb's liver, but I'd take heart over liver any day of the week.
Yeah, it's the taste for me. It don't do it for me. But I used to like it though, because my nan used to really do the onions well, and I used to like a fried onion. It took the taste off the liver.
Liver's a bit tricky, really. 30 seconds is a lifetime when you're cooking liver.
Yeah.
The minute you go over, it's rotten. You can't afford to go over. Heart is a lot more forgiving on the cook.
Yeah, it's got stir fries. We've got a homemade pasta sauce. Again, these are good cheap meals as well. At a time of year when everyone really is, well, most folk, cash strapped after buying Evil Knievel for the youngsters and stuff like that. So
Is that still a thing?
it worked for me when I was little. I used to love that. Best toy I've ever had, Evil Knievel. Yeah, that was great. That.
Now, the best hack I always thought when I was about 30 years ago was when I used to work really hard over Christmas and I used to sod off on the 5th of January for as long as I could, somewhere in the sun.
Yeah, lots of people do that and come back March sort of time, don't they? Canary Islands, all that sort of places.
You can eat more healthy, you can do things more healthily, and you feel more alive. It's just January's a horrible month, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Nothing going on. It's just a horrible, horrible time of year, I think. I think only when this part of year till spring is dreadful. Really dreadful.
Yeah. Come back, but just about 3 days before the Imperial Cup.
Yeah, at Sandown, of course. Got to do that. I wonder if they're still paying a bonus these days. I don't know, didn't they? Paid a bonus
yeah.
for
They
winning
did.
that and then county hurdle.
I think they're still there, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Chris, so coming to you, regards to you love food. You are a foodie. You'll just eat anything.
Any old crap, yeah.
Right. So in January, does your missus try and like?
Well, no, but I think this year I will. I think you get to a time in life where you think you really start to try and eat more healthily. So this is a well-timed show, I think, because there are lots of good things here. Because I think, ultimately the sort of crap that you buy in the supermarket is poisoning you. I don't want to go down the big food route, but so full of additives. The problem is, the trick is to try and find healthy food that's cheap. Because, rubbish food is cheap for a reason. So, when people say, oh, working class people give their kids turkey Twizzlers, well, frankly, if that's 99p or something £7, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's all very well, these TV programs, oh, healthy this, healthy that. Yes, some blush tomatoes. Yeah, but they're so expensive. And people will say, oh, that looks nice, but can't afford it. That's the problem we've got in this country at the minute.
Yep. Doing this show is quite fun to do because obviously the producers mindful of cost of living, like everyone is. When she goes shopping, she can't believe the prices.
No, it's ridiculous. Stuff that would have cost you 40 quid a couple of years back, 80, 90 quid. Every trip to the shops, even to pick up a couple of bits, 40 quid. No one can tell me that the prices haven't gone through the roof. They really have. You just look at the weekly shop bill or the daily shop bill, however you do it, it's just ruinously expensive.
And we're being milked because they're recording record profits,
yes, you're being bent over. It's not that their margins have slimmed down and they're not passing the cost on, they're just jacking it up.
No, but they're not paying the farmers any more money than they did before.
No, exactly right. Yes, it's all very well recipes to do this. They are fiercely expensive. Salad is expensive. You can't buy cheap stuff in the supermarket anymore unless it's crap.
Yeah.
But I'd always buy cos over iceberg for a start. And cos lettuce is nice, just some orange. And if you grate some ginger, then squeeze it out, orange and ginger on cos for a salad is a lovely little dressing. Just those two ingredients. And it works well with chicken.
How shit is broccoli, by the way?
I'm not a fan.
Like little trees and that. I can't taste a thing when I'm eating one.
No.
I cannot taste a thing.
It's an acquired taste, isn't it?
John, are you a broccoli fan?
I can eat it. It wouldn't be one of my veg of choice. There's a fair old soup you can make with it, with a bit of goat's cheese in that's reasonably all right.
Cheese goes well with it, yeah.
The recipe's simplicity itself. It's basically broccoli and half a pint of water, a food processor after you've boiled it. Zuzz it up till it swells, pass it through a sieve, heat it up, dish it up, and then put thinly sliced goat's cheese on top to melt into it. It's a doddle.
There you go.
You're a bit naffed off with broccoli the standard way. The purple sprouting stuff, the tender stems, that's probably the nicest one to eat, really. A bit of butter on it.
That's the dearest, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the trouble, yeah. They've got you by the bollocks. If you want something that tastes all right, they're going to charge you.
Just going back to Nick's point about back in the day for our older listeners, I don't think we were as poisoned back then by additives as what we are now. I don't want to sound sexist or misogynist here, but women kept the home more often than actually went out to work. So what everyone got was genuinely home-cooked food, as in they'd go to butchers and get the meat. They'd make their own potatoes. They wouldn't buy them. That's how it was, meat and two veg, weren't it? That's the old saying, meat and two veg. You could guarantee that your pork chop had probably come from butchers. Your mashed potatoes were made at home. And that's how it was. Fair enough, your vegetables would still have to be bought, but it was more home-cooked food back then.
Well, there's a lot of allotments in them days, wasn't there? A lot of people growing their own.
Yeah. And we're seeing a resurgence in that today. A Barsteward that works with us is Adam Norman. He grows his entire fruit and vegetables. Yeah. He does not buy any supermarket. Grows his entire fruit and vegetables, and he buys all his meat from the local farm.
Terrific.
Does he make his own piccalilli?
I bet he does,
I bet he does, yeah. Fermented in the turn-ups of his trousers, I should think.
Yeah. Hidden in his sock when he's getting to Doncaster Racecourse. The police, the Gestapo on the doors there are ridiculous. Searching you for food on you.
What's your favourite smoothie then, John?
I like blueberry and banana, believe it or not. Mind you, I do cheat a bit with smoothies because I tend to sling half a handful of sugar in and some Greek yogurt and full-fat milk.
I regulate it with honey more than anything. Why I like kiwi is it's got the sharp to go with the banana, and I think you can regulate that quite nicely with honey and Greek yogurt.
Mm.
It's virtually my only smoothie I go to. I did like vodka and strawberries. They're nice, but that's not very
Yeah.
healthy.
No, I know a savoury smoothie that's quite nice, actually. It's probably a bit like a gazpacho, really. It was a tin of mooty tin cherry tomatoes. I put those in the blender, and I put half a tin of Baxter's beef consomme in the blender, and then I put a small chilli, piece of celery, some celery salt, a good dash of Worcestershire sauce, and then I put a bloody good squirt of wasabi.
Oh, right.
And zuzz all that up. Well, you can maybe say it's a little bit of a Bloody Mary without the vodka. So it's a nice, spicy.
Do you serve that really chilled, John, in the summer?
Yeah, you can have it as a start. Pretty
Yeah,
tasty.
yeah.
Yeah, listeners, if you're listening to this, you will be listening to this, aren't you? Speak now. If you like any of these mentions that John said, Nick said, or anything, please get back to us on YouTube. Click like and subscribe on YouTube. It's very important. Get commenting because we will reply. We'd like to know what you actually, of what we said, you actually like, and we'll make sure we'll properly do a video making it. We'll do something that shows how it's done because it's important we get your feedback on what you want to hear from us from this show. And obviously some things you'll like that we've said, some things not so much. My favourite smoothies would be strawberry and banana, but I'm intrigued by Nick's idea with the kiwi to add to it, to just give it that little bit of sharpness as well. That might work. Strawberry and bananas, one of my favs. Just done with frozen fruit, really, stuck in blender. Chris, are you a smoothie man?
Yeah, I do, and I like strawberry banana as well, I have to say. And, it's cheaper to make it yourself. The pre-made ones are again, ridiculous prices. So it doesn't require a lot of skill. And, yeah, it's a good way of getting some fruit inside you. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. But I do like strawberry and banana big time.
They're expensive, but I love Driscoll strawberries. Driscoll's to me are about £10 a head of the field.
What do they cost? Usually a punnet.
Oh, about £4.50 a punnet, I think they are.
Christ. Wimbledon prices, yeah.
They are so far ahead of the field in taste. If you try some, treat yourself. It will spoil you, but it's like having Frankel in a 7 furlong maiden.
Yeah, on debut. Nathaniel actually ran into Frankel in a 7 furlong maiden on debut.
Yeah.
There you go. That's your look. You get the big tip for Nathaniel, and you think, we've done it, and then you run into Frankel. It's amazing. What a game. What a game we do play on horses. We do enjoy it. And if I do like your horse racing, if you listen to this and you found this rather than the Barstewards podcast, of course, nip over to the Barstewards Inquiry podcast, which you can find on YouTube, SoundCloud. Give us a try and a listen. But please, it is very important that you follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube, this podcast, because we do intend to do some exciting stuff in the new year where we'll be doing food reviews, etc., etc. Lots of stuff coming up going forwards, more video content. So please give this channel a like. It will be of benefit to us all.
Lee, just one more thing. I
Sure.
would like to know, because you've been around the world as well, what's your favourite meal you've had anywhere in the world?
Favourite meal anywhere in the world? Do you know what I'm going to say? And this might shock you.
Fish and chips at Redcar.
I love my fish and chips. The northern fish and chips are absolutely top class. The north-south divide on that is massive. The south is useless for fish and chips, as a rule. The north are just different class, from experience anyway. But I would say the best meal I've had that blew me away was in Gdansk in Poland. I got recommended to it by a taxi driver that drove me around everywhere. He said, these are the best pierogies in Poland. And what they do is they've got a shop front and they're handmade. They make them by hand in front of you. Place your order and then they make them just there and then fresh. That's the tastiest dish I have ever had. I've been there about 3 times. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's in Gdansk. Basically, all you got to do is just put pierogies Gdansk, and that will be up there, and you'll know what I mean when they make them right in front. They're like milkmaids dressed up in that sort of attire.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real novel. You know when it's good, A, because it's always rammed, and B, it's full of the locals.
Yeah.
All the locals go there.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to Gdansk, I can tell you that it's called Piero Garnier Mandu.
Oh, it is? All right.
I thought he played for AC Milan.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, yeah.
Yeah, worth about 27 million. And you have to go when it's not peak time. If you go at tea time, proper eating times, I guarantee you'll be stood waiting 45 minutes to get a table. If you go slightly off-piste, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, try and have a late lunch or an early tea, you'll be fine, you'll get seated. But if you go at peak times, you've no chance. So that's my advice if you are ever in Gdansk. It's the finest meal in the world I have ever had. So there you go. Anything else to add, chaps?
Nope, we're fine.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, all good.
All good.
I hope you've enjoyed that. We'd love your feedback. Please give it us. We can improve the show to your desires. You're the listener at the end of the day, and you can have us doing what you want us doing. That's all from us. Bye for now.